Providing a dark and dreary atmosphere that offers the player a distinctive adventure, Limbo is a game that definitely stands out amongst other 2D platformers. But does the 2010 game survive in today's gaming world? Hi, I'm Scotty and this is Rating and Review, the show where I delve into games present and past to compete on the leaderboard of ratings. If you want to see what games are currently at the top of the leaderboard, then you can check out the playlist on my channel for all my other videos. Now let's get right into the video with gameplay. Like most 2D platformers, Limbo is made up of a large amount of puzzles that grow increasingly more difficult as you progress throughout. You start with simple puzzles such as pulling objects to reach a high platform, but in the second half of the game, you're introduced to mechanics that require a lot more brain power. The mechanical and physics-based puzzles were always tough to work out and left me stumped for long periods of time, sometimes to the point where I would simply give up and quit the game. One issue I had with a lot of them was that they required the player to die to realize what you need to do. This is a trope in 2D platformers that I personally never enjoy as it just builds on frustration. Luckily, checkpoints are frequent and there is no punishment for dying a certain number of times. It never really feels like a chore to get back to what you're doing, even if that means doing it 100 times. The controls are basic, but very smooth and fluid, which makes platforming and puzzling a lot easier. One big highlight in the game was the spider enemy, which truly helped elevate the gameplay and introduced a bit of variety that was necessary. From working out how to stop it blocking your path, all the way to it trying to capture you in an intense chase, the spider was an enemy that will be hard to forget. Lastly, the spider egg collectibles were a nice added feature for players that wished to increase their playtime. It was not something that I personally went out to find. The absolute highlight of Limbo is the art style. The use of black and white with added lighting effects to create a film noir style really elevated the game in its entirety, and helped create an atmosphere that was eerie and moody. The art style fits the story perfectly, that being a boy in search of his lost sister in the location Limbo, which in Catholic theology is the edge of hell. The dark and unnerving atmosphere truly encapsulates this, with it fitting perfectly into something you would see in a horror genre, despite the game not fitting that genre. Most 2D platformers, especially those in recent years, tend to have a length that leaves players dissatisfied. At the time of Limbo releasing, it was fairly pointed out by critics that the length is somewhat short. I personally had no issue with the length because I find that most 2D platformers just begin to get repetitive as you progress, so a shorter playtime kept me satisfied. But I understand why players would have wanted to put more time into the game. HowLongToBeat.com says that the main story will take you around 3.5 hours. If you are looking to 100% the game, then it will take you around 6.5 hours. Limbo is a 2D platformer that will definitely push you past your limit and leave you stumped for a long time. With an excellent art style and atmosphere, but a length that will likely leave most players feeling displeased, there is no doubt that Limbo is a staple in the 2D platforming genre. But has it stood the test of time? For the most part, yes. Even with newer games such as Little Nightmares and Unravel that offer innovative gameplay, Limbo still stands strong on its own. And for all of these reasons, I'm giving the game a 7.8 out of 10. This places it under Quantum Break, which I reviewed last week, and above Alien Isolation, which still remains in last place. Thank you for making it to the end of this video and joining me for another rating and review. Next week I'll be reviewing Ori and the Blind Forest, so make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to be alerted when I release my videos every Wednesday. Thanks again, I am Scotty, goodbye.